definitely beat the Houston Astros here in this game is that lower zone with a slider and changeup. People get a lot of soft contact with those pitches and swing and misses, but it's all set up by that power four-seamer upstairs.
Give the lineup for the Houston Astros as Mauricio Dubon plays the part of Jose Altuve right now. Altuve is working his way back from his thumb injury. Dubon had a long hitting streak going until recently. Alex Bregman would love a hitting streak. He has struggled batting second, but Yordan Alvarez and Kyle Tucker have carried the way for the Houston offense so far this year. Chas McCormick batting seventh, fresh off the injured list today. He'd been out with a back injury. Sandoval getting those hips ready to shake him out.
Yeah, he does that because he drives that lower half of his body so effectively towards the plate. Has to make sure they are ready to go. Power down in his zone.
Well, hips don't lie, and we are underway here at Angel Stadium with Mauricio Dubon fouling one off. Didn't mean to jump your Hyundai key to the game with the hips don't lie.
All right, I'll have to cross that one out. I'll have to come up with a new one. What other band is from Houston? Okay, maybe some ZZ Top at some point.
Dubon whiffs on the changeup. And for Patrick Sandoval, that continues to be a go-to pitch.
Again, you threw a perfect one there. You don't have to try to muscle up or throw it any better, especially on a count like this, 0-2. You got to make sure you get a chase, and it's got to be out of the zone.
That was, and no chase from Dubon, who will chase quite a bit, though. Mauricio Dubon, not your prototypical leadoff hitter in the sense that he will draw a lot of walks. He's up there to swing the bat. He's only walked 3 times so far in 29 games. Lifts this one to shallow left field. Good jump. Taylor Ward makes the running catch.
Speaking of nice defense, let's take a look at our Easton and Easton defense. With Zach Neto back at shortstop, 988 fielding percentage. He's turned 10 double plays. You got Rendon next, Drury, Urshela in the infield, Matt Thaiss behind the plate. You saw Taylor Ward make a nice play on that. Like Trout out in center. Hunter Renfroe has been outstanding defensively this season for the Halos in right.
Ball one to Alex Bregman, who has had a really rough go. Bregman hitting 195. He's 3 for his last 39. Nobody really crying for Alex Bregman and his struggles. He's had a very good career as a young player who has done a lot of things already in terms of winning an All-Star Game, MVP, winning World Series. It's been a very productive Alex Bregman for a lot of his big league career to this point, but not so far this year, as he has struggled to begin the season, and the Astros have floundered a little bit, right around 500. Bregman hits this one hard, and he's got a base hit, the first of the night for Houston.
And I was just going to say, just because of his struggles this season, though, he's had a lot of success against the Angels, so he's going to feel confident coming in here, even though those numbers aren't there. He has 17 career home runs and 67 RBIs against the Angels. Hit that one hard right back up the middle. He was out here real early today, working on his swing and trying to get that confidence back.
He's 4 for 9 now in his career against Patrick Sandoval.
For me, this is the guy, Wayne, I'm not letting him beat you the whole time, even though there's some other really good hitters in this lineup with good career numbers against the Angels, but this is a really dominant hitter.
Yordan Alvarez has gotten off to a very solid start to the year, as you'd expect. Big left-handed slugger wearing number 44, and that's on purpose because of the way that they are reminded about Willie McCovey and Reggie Jackson. There's a big swing and a miss by Alvarez, and Sandoval gets ahead 0-2.
Went lefty on lefty changeup against him.
We're going to throw the kitchen sink at this guy,
because he's got good power even the other way, and Trout is playing extremely deep out and towards shading a little bit left center.
Off the end of the bat, a pop up to shallow left field. Taylor Ward is there, and Yordan Alvarez makes a rare easy out. There's 2 down.
He'll take that, especially we've been talking a lot about it, even in the pregame show. We're going to talk about it during the game here, about some softer contact against Patrick Sandoval this season.
Here's Jose Abreu, and there's a big donut in his home run number right there. It is surprising to see that Jose Abreu has suddenly lost his power. 134 at bats without a homer. That's the most in the major leagues for any player that has yet to homer this year.
Again, he's got pretty good career numbers against the Angels, so coming into this game he feels more confident than he has been, especially when you saw what happened with him up there in Seattle.
Frankly, it's weird to see him in an Astros uniform, in any uniform that doesn't represent the Chicago White Sox. He was one of the great players for the White Sox over the last few decades and a true leader in their clubhouse. And as we saw, the Cardinals miss Yadier Molina. Maybe the White Sox miss Jose Abreu.
Got to believe at some point he'll be put into the White Sox Hall of Fame. He had that kind of career there with the White Sox.
Well, the White Sox did not bring him back. He was the Rookie of the Year there. He's the MVP there. And now he's an Astro, filling the void of Yuli Gurriel, who is now a Miami Marlin.
Tell you what, if you're an Angel fan, you don't miss him a whole lot in the Astros uniform. Gurriel, he was really, really tough, especially in those big moments with guys in scoring position. He could hit the ball the other way so effectively, but also turn on pitches inside.
Now 2 balls, 2 strikes on Abreu. Check swing. No swing, says first base umpire John Lipka.
That's pretty close on that one. Everyone thought he might have went on it. Slider down and in. Strong, though. Might he be able to hold up? Better angle here. I didn't quite hold up on it, though.
Well, a full count. Alex Bregman will get a head start off first. Abreu, it's a bouncer to short. Zach Neto back in the lineup today, handles that. Strong throw to retire Abreu. A scoreless top of the first for Patrick Sandoval. Brought to you by Irvine Auto Center with Zach Neto back in there. He goes back to the 9 spot in the order. Taylor Ward's been hitting well lately, so he's first again. Trout, Ohtani, Rendon in the middle. As the Angels have scored a lot of runs so far this year, and they'll try to score them tonight against a rookie who's off to a pretty good start, Hunter Brown.
Yeah, good fastball. He's 93, 98 slider, curveball, and split finger fastball. He's got great stuff. It keeps the ball in the ballpark too.
Hunter Brown is from Detroit. Went to the incredibly well-named Wayne State University.
Always a good basketball program, as I recall.
Should get free tuition if your name is Wayne. Just throwing that out there. Grounder, a base hit down the first base line for Taylor Ward. Might be extra bases. Tucker has a good arm, and Ward slams the brakes. Not challenging Kyle Tucker in right field, but a leadoff single, and the Angels have Taylor Ward on to start the night.
Love going the other way. That's a fastball down, and you're going to have to try to bunch hits together against Hunter Brown because he doesn't give up the long ball. So when he gets the chance to get that fastball in the lower third, you got to be ready to hit it because his secondary pitches are really solid.
And he throws them a lot. The curveball, the slider, he really mixes his pitches well as Mike Trout stands in against the rookie Hunter Brown, facing the Angels for the first time. Hunter Brown right now is the only pitcher in the major leagues that has thrown 3 different pitches 30% of the time each, between his slider, his curve, and his fastball. Well, Patrick Sandoval is close to that mix as well. That's 2 balls, no strikes on Trout. Sometimes for Brown, the command escapes him. If you look at the games he's won this year compared to the games he hasn't, now the walks kind of stand out for Hunter Brown. He's not able to go as deep into games as when his control is good.
Went after him with a low fastball in the nitro zone for Trout normally, but he's patient enough at a 96-mile-an-hour fastball downstairs. It's a 4-seamer. Take a look at the pitch arsenal for Hunter Brown. Look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google. I mentioned that slider, 35%, four-seamer 31, knuckle curve 31. If there was splitter, a little over 2%. You see those numbers that jump out, especially his knuckle curve and slider. Very good swing and miss pitches for him. 27 of his 36 strikeouts this year have been on his slider and knuckle curve.
He really dials those pitches up when he faces a left-handed batter. And he's had a lot of success against lefties with Ohtani on deck. It's a full count on Mike Trout. Ward is running. Trout fouls one off his foot.
I was just going to say, I think you're going to see that a little bit more. We've seen the Angels rolling into some double plays. 3-2, you know Trout has a great idea of the strike zone. You trust he's going to make contact. Just have Taylor Ward on the move.
The Angels have hit into 32 double plays. That's the most in the American League. See if Ward goes again on another 3-2 pitch. Hunter Brown steps off. Ward is running, and Trout is hammering toward left center field. Good jump. McCormick goes down to his knees to make the catch.
Boy, that baseball was hit hard.
112 off the bat of Trout, right on the screws, but Chas McCormick, fresh off the IL, able to scoot over and make the play.
You remember that play he made in the World Series last year against the Phillies. He's a big Philly guy and made that play against Trout on that line drive.
It's game 5 in the World Series last year. On a ball, JT Realmuto hit to the wall in straightaway center field. Now Ohtani against Brown as he fouls off the first pitch. Shohei on the mound tomorrow. He'll face Framber Valdez in a battle of aces, but Framber's just sitting watching the game today. Shohei's batting in the 3-hole and DHing.
I'm glad to see Shohei back out there playing. Last time he had was back-to-back off days. How important this game is after tough games in a row, 2 of them in a row against the Rangers. You want Shohei in there today.
There was the curve from Hunter Brown, fouled off by Ohtani, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. When lefties are up, Brown will throw either his curve or his slider about 70% of the time.
And right around almost 60% of that time, he'll throw a 1-2 curveball to a lefty.
Has a rare splitter that he'll break out to a left-hander as he steps off here.
Shohei's been seeing a lot of splitters and changeups, so you wonder if he'll try one at some point against Shohei today.
Went to the high fastball, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ohtani. Average just a tick under 300 right now for Shohei. And another full count. It was 3-2 on Trout, now 3-2 on Ohtani.
Wonder if Taylor Ward's on the move. Diaz has thrown out 50% of base stealers this year, though. So you're hoping for contact or patience. You don't chase out of the zone for Shohei.
Ward runs. Ohtani, it's a fly ball. Shallow left field. Yordan Alvarez retires Shohei. So 2 outs, including a hard hit ball by Trout. And Ohtani lofting a fly ball to left field to bring up the Houston native, Anthony Rendon. Rendon out of Rice University. Lance Berkman and Jose Cruz Jr. played there and then eventually became Houston Astros. Rendon from Houston went to Rice. His work involving the Astros was being a big reason why they lost the 2019 World Series.
Yeah, a couple big home runs, 8 RBIs. 313 career hitter against Houston. with 4 home runs.
Rendon hit his first home run of this year yesterday. And takes a strike from Hunter Brown. Only Adam Dunn and Chris Young with more career homers of Houstonians. Ward running again. Yainer Diaz with the throw to second, a good one, and it is in time. Yainer Diaz has now retired 6 of 11 would-be base stealers, and he throws a dart to retire Taylor Ward to end the bottom of the first.
Was focused. That was the message from the coaching staff. The challenge, of course, is they're playing different positions they're not used to, so they have to make an effort to get better every single day, so that come September and October, that's just part of our routine. That's what Benji Gill said. He told them, if you want to win it all, then you have to show me that you're willing to do everything you can. They got some extra work. So did the pitchers, Gooby. I know you saw the PFP earlier today, too, so they are putting in that extra work to make sure some of those miscues we saw yesterday don't happen.
I love that, what they were doing earlier today. You cannot give, certainly when you're facing the Astros team, because they will take advantage when you give them extra outs.
Kyle Tucker chops one foul, and Phil Nevin with those comments yesterday said basically we played horribly defensively. We did a lot wrong. The game should not have been where it got to. And I'm sure for fans it's refreshing to hear that from the manager. How do players take that?
Well, I think it's a challenge for them. They don't want to be in that position anymore where they don't make the plays, the routine plays, but they also want to have that focus there.
Kyle Tucker just hit one to the moon. Foul. I mean, that ball went out of the stadium.
Yeah, that's just a long strike.
Our friend Ken Harrelson would say right size, wrong shape. Tucker's actually the last left-hander to have hit a home run off of Patrick Sandoval. It was a while ago.
That's a good pitch. Well, you keep that in the zone there. That's a strike.
It looked like it was in the zone. Home plate umpire DJ Rayburn called it a ball, and that pitch was right in there.
It was almost like, it looked like it was almost a cross-up there.
Nice behind the plate tonight. That one is off the plate. Tucker homered off Sandoval August 13th in 2021. That's the last time a lefty has hit a home run off of Patrick Sandoval. And Tucker can do it. He has a lot of homers off of left-handers over the last few years.
I've said this often. I think he's one of the best players in the game that not a lot of people talk a lot about, because he can run the bases well. He's an excellent defender, great power, an all-around outstanding player. At their 0-2 now, 3-2. Now you're forced to the zone now.
And Tucker rolls it to the right side. Easy for Drury, right to him. And Tucker bounces out, one away.
And another one of those pitches where he's got soft contact. Didn't get the swing and miss, the whiff on it, but he got soft contact, ground ball. There's that ground ball action and work that the infielders put in, and Eric was talking about earlier. Drury's able to get that out. You just want those routine plays that don't give extra outs away.
Too often we've seen the extra outs, the extra runs, the extra bases being given by this Angels defense. They've made a lot of errors. They've allowed the most unearned runs in the major leagues this year. And they'll win, and they're already a few games above 500. But they'll win a lot more consistently if they just clean up some of these defensive miscues.
Yes, and you're going to see pitchers, starting pitchers, get a little bit deeper when you don't give up those extra outs, and that's important for your bullpen also.
And at this pace, as we see Pena swing and miss, they need that. They need their starting pitchers to give more innings. There's the bullpen, not necessarily in flux, but Jose Quijada's out because of Tommy John surgery. Now Chase Silseth is going to go into the rotation because of the injury to Jose Suarez, who was put on the IL today. 2 balls and a strike as Sandoval looks frustrated near his feet. There's Griffin Canning, who will take the ball in this series on Wednesday. Pena hits it high in the air, deep to center field. Trout backpedaling, has the beat onto the track, makes the catch. And Pena with a long fly out. 2 up, 2 down.
Look at that ground ball out, that soft contact. Let's take a look at our play sense presented by Frontier. The soft contact and exit velocity against Patrick Sandoval on his fastball and his changeup. He's getting a lot of towards the end of the bat, taking the sting out of the barrel of the bat. Maybe not as many swing and misses and strikeouts, but a lot of soft contact, and that's what you need, especially if you want to go in that 6th and 7th inning.
Justin Steele of the Cubs, Mitch Keller of the Pirates, and Sandoval, the top 3 on that list.
It's impressive, too, because, you know, in the past, especially with his 4-seam fastball, he gave up some hard contact and hard hit percentage.
One ball, one strike on Chas McCormick. There was a thought that Michael Brantley would come back in this series along with McCormick from the IL, but Brantley is going to be delayed a few more days. He's had a shoulder injury. Of course, the biggest injury along with Brantley is Jose Altuve. He's been out the entire season so far. Got hurt during the World Baseball Classic as Dusty chomps on his toothpick.
But he's supposedly way ahead of schedule. They're thinking right now for Altuve.
And I think he'll be back by the end of this month.
I guarantee there's a lot of Angels pitchers saying, hey, just take your time, man. Yeah, you won a couple World Series. Just take your time. Make sure you're 100% healthy before you come back. With his career numbers against the Angels.
Well, Altuve's done it to everybody, and so is Dusty Baker with all the victories that he's piled up. Now 9th on the all-time list. McCormick pops it up, shallow right center field. Drury running out, coming in to call for it and make the catch is Renfroe. That's 1-2-3, top of the 2nd for Patrick Sandoval.
Be able to get those hits with runners in scoring position.
Anthony Rendon stands in again, swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. Rendon was at the plate when Taylor Ward was caught stealing to end the bottom of the 1st. Ward ran a lot during his time on base. He was
going to say 3 times going.
At least. Bouncer to 3rd, softly hit. Bregman, bare hand. 1-off throw to Abreu to get the out. Outstanding play by David Hensley. I said Bregman initially, but it's Hensley playing 3rd today. And he makes the bare hand and throw across the diamond to retire Rendon.
Yeah, a smile on his face because he's able to bare hand that one. Looked like he had time to get to the glove and the transfer, but felt better, more comfortable to be able to make it with the bare hand. Jose Abreu was a very, very good fielding first baseman. Almost like he was throwing a palm ball.
Well done by Hensley. Bregman is the DH tonight, as Hunter Renfroe takes strike 1. Renfroe homered in the 9th inning yesterday and has 8 home runs. He was tied for the team lead in that category. Angels have hit homers, that's for sure. Renfroe with 8, Trout with 8, Ohtani and Drury each have 7. The ball has flown out of the ballpark here at the Big A this season so far. We've seen a lot of home runs in this place. There's a drive straight away center off the bat of Renfroe. McCormick is back near the wall. That's gone. Well, on cue, Hunter Renfroe has added another homer here at Angel Stadium. It's his 9th this season. He takes over the team lead, and the Angels have a 1-0 lead.
It's his 8th home run at home. He homered last at bat yesterday. Is the first at bat today to Ren far the other way to right center field. Hey, by the way, what's the lottery numbers you're going to pick here today after that one?
It's Kabuto time for Renfroe. But that is the first home run Hunter Brown has ever given up in the major leagues. It took him 56 innings to give up his first big league homer. The longest streak to begin a career since 2016. So that lottery is really going to be cooking tonight, because there's a guy who doesn't give up any home runs.
Yeah, and you mentioned the home run ball and runs in this ballpark. Usually you think of this ballpark as more of a pitcher's yard, especially when you get the baseball hit from left center to right center.
And Drury toward the right field line, and it's out of play.
Next, a velocity of 105.4 miles per hour. This right down the heart of the plate. He stayed on it, going 412 feet. And Hunter Brown is not used to that, asking for a new baseball all that often.
Well, he just wanted to see the Kabuto, maybe.
Yes.
That's it there. Strike 3 called to Drury, and that's the first strikeout tonight for Hunter Brown.
That fastball had some movement to it. Yeah, Drury didn't think that was in the strike zone, but I think I got the zone. It just wasn't framed perfectly, but it looked like it got a spot on the inside corner with that movement.
Here's Matt Thaiss. On average, there have been 3 home runs hit per game here at Angel Stadium this year. That's the second most in the major leagues. Only Guaranteed Rate Field, the White Sox Stadium, is more homer prolific than this ballpark, at least so far this year. Hunter Renfroe, and that's Renfroe in the middle there. That's Mike Trout, and that's Renfroe.
Yes.
And that's Shohei. We all know that.
There's quite a few home runs there.
But sometimes,
3 of them.
Right. Sometimes Trout and Renfroe, they look alike.
Although every time you say that to Hunter Renfroe, he goes, only with our hats on.
It's true. They have different hairdos. Mike keeps it tight. Shohei got a haircut, if any Japanese tabloids are interested in the whereabouts and whatabouts for Shohei Ohtani. And they want to track his every move. It looks like he got a little trim too.
Haven't had many off days at home to be able to do that. He's got to do it early.
Yeah, believe me, I know. Price was in the box, but the pitcher and batter were not making any eye contact, so a little warning for Hunter Brown. Outfield is shaded toward left for Thaiss, who's pulled the ball quite a bit. He pulls this one in the right center field. That's a base hit.
Boy, is he being on the baseball. He is on a streak right now. Just staying down on the baseball, not trying to hit everything in the air, just looking to hit the ball hard. 3 hits yesterday, short and through the baseball, getting that out in front. Another hard hit baseball for a base hit.
Thaiss has his average above 300, now at 317 with that base hit. Here's Urshela. He's hitting over 300 as well. Ball 1, Gio Urshela. So Hunter Brown's given up a run on 3 hits, including a homer. He's had some very good outings this year. In his 3 wins, he has not allowed an earned run. But his ERA in the other starts is above 5. So he's still learning his way at the major league level. And he's shown some flashes of brilliance, but other times he's been pretty human.
Well, probably we're going to look at this as the game progresses. Kind of reminds you a lot the way he throws the baseball to a very good pitcher, a future Hall of Famer, Justin Verlander.
At the bottom of the zone with the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Urshela.
He's pretty good in that lower third with his 4-seam fastball. Usually you think of 4-seam fastball as you elevate upper quadrants of the strike zone, but he's downstairs pretty good. That's why he generally will keep the ball in the ballpark. That pitch was elevated that Hunter Renfroe hit out.
That's in there right down the middle. Strike 3 to Urshela. The Angels take the lead. Hunter Renfroe drills one out to straightaway center field. The Angels enjoying a 1-0 start against the Astros after. I thought he liked that shot from Hunter Renfroe.
I didn't expect it to go out when he first hit it because it was caught so deep in the zone, but just how strong he is.
Battle of Hunters, and Hunter Renfroe won that battle between Hunter Brown and Hunter Renfroe. He went hunting for a fastball or something out over the plate and successfully hit it out.
Oh, Goodwill Hunter, I saw your tweet. Rainer Diaz leads off the third. Garrett, we got to get you on Twitter. You tweet? You Twitter?
I have nothing. No social media whatsoever.
You're missing out, I think.
They feel like work. No, I don't think I'm missing out. Some of the stuff that I hear some athletes get stuff said to them.
Yeah, it's the Wild West, that's for sure. 1 ball, 1 strike on Yainer Diaz leading off here in the 3rd. Diaz had some really good years in the minor leagues. A nasty pitch there by Sandoval to get ahead.
He's got that good assortment of sliders and changeups, Garrett. I mean, that's got to be tough as a hitter. You're planning on that. You're looking. You still got to look for fastballs, but still, those 2 pitches are really good.
No, he's got them working really well tonight. I mean, especially, you know, lefty on righty and having him reach out and come across the other side of the plate. And, you know, they still know he has that really good fastball, too. So you got to respect that as well.
There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Sandoval buries the changeup, and Yainer Diaz the first strikeout victim tonight.
That was a good changeup. He threw one earlier in the sequence. It was right in the strike zone, but this time he got him to go after it because it looked like a strike, ends up in the dirt. And that is your job as a pitcher, to get hitters. Not easy to ever get you to do that, GA, but to swing at non-strikes, and that's exactly what he was able to do on that one.
1 out. That brings up David Hensley. Hensley hit well down the stretch last year, ended up on the World Series roster, had a couple of hits against the Phillies in the Astros championship series win. Patrick Sandoval's changeup, pretty much his wipeout pitch, uses the slider for it too.
Amazing, especially when he gets at 2 strikes, how often he will throw his changeup. He won't be shy to throw back-to-back changeups, even 3 in a row during the course of a bat.
We talked earlier about the pitch mix for Hunter Brown. He throws 3 different pitches at least 30% of the time. Sandoval does that too, close to that at least. 31% slider, 29% changeup, 27% fastball. There's a grounder to short, easy for Zach Neto, hit right to him. And a strong throw to retire Hensley. 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, right on cue, we were talking about even on the pregame show about defense and just making those routine plays. How important is it, whether you're in the outfield there or you see guys in the infield, and how important that is as far as the team trying to win when you don't give away those extra outs?
It's everything. I mean, in this league, you can't give away any free outs or any, you know, too many walks in the game. But it gives a lot of confidence to the pitcher, knowing that he can put the ball and let guys put the ball in play, and the guys are going to be making plays. And at this level, you have to make the routine play all the time. Even though, you know, yeah, there's going to be an error here or there, but for the most part, your pitchers need to know that they can trust you.
When you have a coach going in there and saying, hey, we got to be focused, what is he trying to make sure that every single play you're ready, depending on what pitch is being thrown, or just make sure you have to have that focus to be in position to make plays?
I think it's more of, when I hear that, I think it's like, you know, hey, reset, you know, but you know, they've got some moving parts on the infield. They've got a lot of guys moving in different areas, and I know they're professionals and they're big leaguers, but it's tough to do, you know. I mean, but the mistakes you can't make are the middle mistakes.
Really highlights too the importance of Zach Neto. He's a rookie, but he has stabilized the defense on the left side of the infield, and he's in there at shortstop. It's a real difference maker what he brings to the infield defense.
Yeah, I mean, the middle of the field is everything. That's where the game's played, and when they called him up, I know exactly why they called him up. You know, no pressure about hitting, but just catch it and throw it to first.
Sandoval ahead of Mauricio Dubon. It's 0-2. Dubon stays in there.
You like that fastball in. You remember you talked about that today, how important that is for Sandoval. If you're going to be able to get hitters a swing and miss and change-ups, you have to throw that fastball in.
Yeah, and you have to throw it for a strike. You can't just throw it for effect inside. I mean, it's to me, it's the best pitch in the game because it sets up everything else.
That's a great point. You have to throw it for a strike. Not that one way out of the strike zone, because that really does you no good. It's just going to set up an even more difficult next pitch for you.
Dubon reaches out and taps it past a diving Drury into center field. Good effort by Brandon Drury. And Dubon, who has kind of a similar swing and approach to Gio Urshela, 2 strikes, reaches down and just floats one up the middle.
Just elevated enough where he could punch that. It was towards the outside part of the plate, maybe just a little bit off, but it was elevated enough where he's just thinking of punching that ball.
Alex Bregman warmly greeted as he stands in here with 2 outs.
Yeah, do you ever have a ballpark where they would just boo you like this every single time you would come there to the plate?
Believe it or not, I heard my fair share here.
I'm sure they weren't saying, gee.
Yeah, you hear that around the league. His attention's for other reasons, but
Yes, yeah.
See Dubon taking his lead off first. Pretty big lead with the lefty Sandoval on the mound. That one missing to Bregman, who had a base hit his first time, only his 4th hit in his last 40 at bats.
So, Gia, you're struggling at the plate, but you're facing a team that you've had a lot of success. Do you still feel more confident coming to the ballpark regardless of what you've done over the last, 10, 15 games?
No. When you're in that kind of a funk, you're so far in your own head. You'd like to think that, I hit these guys well, but the truth of the matter is he's not swinging well and he's not hitting the fastball well. Generally with me, when I see guys that are struggling that bad, that means they're not hitting the fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Bregman. Normally very good against left-handers, has struggled against them, especially this year. Bregman lines one here, and that's a fair ball down the right field line. Renfroe goes to get it. Dubon's on his way to third. He's going to make it home. Bregman thinking about third. He's going to make it there as the relay throws short hops on Drury. And Alex Bregman with a 2-out triple. He's 2 for 2 tonight. And the Astros have tied this game at 1.
Now 68 career RBIs against the Angels. Just went with the pitch, was upstairs again. Another pitch. 2 strikes. You're just trying to get that last out. So base hit 0-2. Now this one with 2 strikes. This goes the other way on it. And that answer right back when you score a run. It comes right back again.
And that one rattled around in the corner for a while, too. So Sandoval, after getting the first 2 outs in this inning, allows a 2-strike hit to Dubon and then a triple to Bregman, scoring Dubon from first. Now it's Alvarez who takes ball 1. This guy is such a monster, especially in these spots. Runners in scoring position. He is hitting .500. Runners in scoring position and 2 outs. He's hitting .615.
I'm not giving him anything good to hit.
Well, he got something good to hit, and he gives the Astros the lead. It's an extra base hit for Alvarez. It scores Bregman 3 straight 2-out hits. And it begs the question, why would you with a struggling Jose Abreu on deck?
You just got to make him swing it. If he's going to be overly aggressive and swing at something out of the strike zone, so be it. But you don't want to make sure you don't miss in the zone, and that's right on the inner half of the plate. Again, another answer right back. For a team that has struggled for the most part offensively scoring runs, their pitching has been great.
The Astros are 27th in the major leagues in slugging percentage this year. That's 4th from the bottom. And a big reason is because their right-handed batters have really had a poor start. Abreu especially. So with first base open and Alvarez up. Alvarez doubles, and now here's Abreu after the Astros have taken the lead. A Kia player profile. Normally when Sandoval throws strikes, he's tough to hit. Hard hit rate on pitches in the strike zone pretty low. Back-to-back extra base hits from Bregman and Alvarez have given Houston a 2-1 advantage.
The Astros with a lot of success against the Angels in the last 4 or 5 years. No, they're just at .500 right now. They're always going to be a battle for you. And he's been good against the AL West so far, coming in at 8-5.
There's a bouncing ball fair down the first base line. It's going to score another run. Alvarez comes home. Renfroe misplays the ball in the right field corner. Abreu's going to make it to third at least. Renfroe finally gets it in, and Abreu holds it third as the Astros take a 3-1 lead.
It's another 0-2 hit, too. Trying to go inside. It's up and out over the plate. He's just making contact right down the first baseline.
Sandoval, who has really struggled over the years against the Astros, an ERA above 8 against Houston entering tonight. Frustrated by getting that ball into a place he didn't want it as Abreu punched it down the right field line. 4 straight hits with 2 outs, 3 of them for extra bases. And that will likely be an error on Renfroe, in addition to the double for Abreu for letting Abreu go to third.
When you fight to get the 2 strikes, you feel pretty comfortable of getting that hitter out. And Sandoval a couple times already is a little bit too much of the plate on that. Looking for that finish pitch.
So now Tucker. A called strike. Well, typically this is an Astros lineup that really keeps coming at you. It has not been the case this year. At least to this point, Houston's offense has slumped. And this is kind of typical of what the Astros have done the last several years offensively. There's a pop-up from Tucker, should end the inning. Rendon is under it. And that retires the side. But 4 straight 2-out hits, played 3 runs, and the Astros have the lead. Promotions. Well, the Angels had a 1-0 lead after 2. Patrick Sandoval cruised through the first time facing the Astros lineup, but then once it got back to the top of the order with 2 outs in the third, there was single, triple, double and a 3-run inning for Houston as the Astros have the lead now, and Zach Neto leads off the bottom of the third.
Now looking for the offense to respond right back, especially against a young pitcher with such a good arsenal, especially with that slider and curveball combination. That slider 90. He's thrown his slider so far tonight at 93.
And fastball at 94 to get a strike on Neto, and it's 1 ball 2 strikes. Neto says his finger's feeling better, and day off yesterday did him some good. After this series, the Angels have a day off before they go to Cleveland. So everybody will get a little bit of rest at some point this week. Neto whiffs. Well, he tipped it, just stayed alive there. It looked like Diaz was going to hang on to that, but it popped out of his mitts. So Neto stays up with a count, 1 ball 2 strikes.
He tries to sneak a fastball up. He went back to that breaker ball again. This time he's able to read. He does a good job with that as far as a young hitter. GA is, even with 2 strikes, he hasn't really gotten into that chase mode on breaker balls out of the zone.
Yeah, it's been good to see, because generally young hitters, when they come up, they'll have a tendency to fish for things, but it's been nice to see that he hasn't been productive. I think he sees the ball a little longer and not chase as much because he doesn't have that high leg kick either. He really concentrates on keeping a wider stance with 2 strikes.
Only a 17% chase rate for Neto. He lines this ball toward left. It is stopped by the shortstop Pena. Long throw to first. It is not in time. Neto has an infield hit. Great effort by Jeremy Pena. Made that a lot closer than it seemed like it would be. But Neto, running hard down the line, has a base hit to lead off the third.
They're checking this to make sure. But wow, these 2 young shortstops with great throwing arms. I didn't think he had a shot at all on this one. Off balance throw, 1 hopper. He got that foot down before that baseball got to Abreu at first base. That was a great play, though.
Well, consider a slower runner and might get an out there, although Abreu's foot also came off the bag. But tremendous effort by Pena. Now Taylor Ward. It's a bouncer foul.
Last time out, Taylor had a nice shot to right field. Certainly has a lot of room on that right side of the infield again.
Now, Ward's been going the other way quite a bit. Had a base hit to right field his first time tonight. Brown pumps in a strike, and it's 0-2. gets a piece to stay alive. Hunter Brown trying to stabilize the Astros rotation. They've had some injuries. Luis Garcia needs Tommy John surgery. Jose Urquidy is out. And don't forget, they didn't bring back Justin Verlander. So here's Brown, the Detroit native who grew up idolizing Verlander, essentially replacing him in the Astros rotation. Grounded up the middle. Brown got a glove on it, but everybody's going to be safe as Dubon went tumbling. Taylor Ward has an infield hit. The Angels have 2 on with nobody out.
It's on that shortstop side of the bag. Look off the bat, maybe if he doesn't deflect that, that probably could end up being a double play ball. Sometimes you put your glove down there as a pitcher just because you're going to react to it, but it's a tougher play for an infielder to react and make the play on it. Now you got Trout coming up, 298 career hitter against the Astros here with 16 home runs. A little bit different down in Houston. He crushed that baseball last time, but McCormick made a real nice play, diving, catch that liner.
It was an absolute scorcher off the bat of Trout his first time up.
Amazing though, those numbers. And Mike Trout has said before he doesn't see the baseball great down there at Minute Maid Park. Just 212 is better. 298. That's the same staff you're facing. You're much more comfortable seeing the ball in a batter's eye here as compared down to Houston.
And there's a beautiful landscape out there in center field here at the Big A.
Going to hit his 300th career home run against the Astros here. That pitch right there, I think Mike Trout would like back. He was thinking there may be another home run against them at home.
Number 300 came off of Brandon Bielak, who pitched over the weekend for the Astros. 2 balls, 1 strike on Mike Trout. Most home runs among active players against the Astros with 29. Number 30 sure would look nice from the Angels' perspective here. Trying to take the lead back in this bottom of the 3rd. And now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Shohei's on deck. And Hunter Brown's feeling the heat.
Doesn't throw a lot of fastballs, but you got to feel real good about getting a fastball here now for Mike Trout.
Took a hack at a pitch that was up, but could only foul it off behind home plate. Watch out.
Well, you got that 3-1 fastball. Now I'm not so sure. 3-2. He's throwing quite a few sliders. It's already, but you got Shohei on deck.
On 3-2, Trout pops it up behind home plate, and it's playable and caught by the catcher Yainer Diaz. 1 away.
Tied him up with a fastball. Might have been off the plate even in. Had some run to it.
There's Shohei, flied out to the left fielder his first time.
Shohei very, very aggressive on the first pitch. So far this season, he's got 2 home runs. The first pitch already 10 for 25, 400 batting average on the first pitch. That's a lot of swings early and putting it in play.
These are situations where things have typically blown up on Hunter Brown this year. Opponents have hit .393 with runners in scoring position, and this is the perfect hitter from the Angels side to take a shot at Hunter Brown, considering what Ohtani does in these spots at the plate. First 2 Angels reached with infield hits. Trout fouled out. Now Ohtani is behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Big gap in right center field if Ohtani pulls one through. And he takes ball 1.
That's a 93-mile-an-hour slider. Wow. He's pitched really well against left-handed batters. He's coming in 136. It's his curveball and slider neutralizes left-handed batters. 1-2 count. GA, what are you looking for here, especially with a guy with that success with those two pitches against you as a lefty?
I'm just trying to keep the ball up. Anything up. I just don't want to hit the ball on the ground. Just keep it really simple and just, I know he's, evenly distributes his pitches, but you still always have to sit on the fastball. Especially, you have to respect this because it's an upper, high, velocity.
Breaking ball rolled to right center. That's a base hit. Around third, Neto will come home. Ward goes to third. Ohtani will take second. It's an RBI double and a one-run lead now for Houston. The Angels get closer as Shohei comes through.
Pretty clutch hit. That's a pretty good slow curveball. He just went down and got it. How quick he is. By the way, that's the guy on the mound tomorrow to leg that into a double. That's down and away. He's still so strong. Even though the hips are open a little bit, he keeps his hands back so well in that GA.
And it helps that they're playing the full, so that's almost straightaway second base. But yeah, just tribute to his talent and how strong he is, and he has a ton of plate coverage.
Look at that. It's still 100 miles per hour exit velocity off the bat when you're just using your hands on that one. Unbelievable.
Well, the outfield was lined up too, Garrett, a certain way that McCormick was all the way in left center field. How much attention as a batter are you paying to see where the outfielders are and how you can direct the ball? I never paid attention to it. It was more along the lines of, it kind of told me what they were going to try to do to me as a hitter. So I would just, play my game and just, trust my hands.
By the way, if that was last year, that ground ball, that's probably double play.
Could have been. No shift. It's an RBI double instead. And now the Astros bring their infield in. Rendon with a liner off the glove of Dubon into left center field. A base hit. It scores Ward. Ohtani ends up at third. The Angels bounce right back. They tie the game, and it's Anthony Rendon with an RBI single.
He went with a slider there, and he lines it right back up the middle. Like we talked about in the pregame show today, he's just clutch. He's going to hit the ball hard. I mean, he hits the ball right on the money. There's nothing Shohei can do on this one because it's a line drive, and Dubon almost got to that baseball, but good swing again for Anthony Rendon.
Yeah, it was good base running. He knew he had nowhere to go.
Yep.
You see that made mistakes so many times.
Another hit against the Astros, coming in .313 batting average for Anthony Rendon against the Houston Astros. He knows a little bit about Houston.
The struggles for Hunter Brown continue with runners in scoring position. Here's Renfroe. Entering today, opponents batting .393 off Brown. With men in scoring position, they've come through here with back-to-back hits. Ohtani drives in a run. So does Rendon. It's 3-3. Renfroe's got a chance now to give the Angels the lead again.
And right now, you're trying to get a ball in the air. You look at the ground ball percentage for Hunter Brown this season. He's over 51% ground ball rate. He's already had 5 double plays turned, so you're trying as a hitter to get the ball in the air, right, GA?
Yeah, you're looking up in the zone, just want to make sure you drive in the run.
Renfroe homered earlier. He takes strike 3, so Hunter Brown dials it up to 99. The hardest fastball he's thrown tonight, and he strikes out Hunter Renfroe. 2 down. That brings up Brandon Drury. Now, even with runners in scoring position and 2 outs, Hunter Brown has had a hard time getting out of innings. Opponents are 8 for 16 in these spots, batting .500.
I know. I saw that. Usually I'm writing that down. I'm thinking usually with 2 outs, you dial it up a little bit, but .500 with runners in scoring position with 2 outs.
Here's 2 outs and a man in scoring position. Shohei's the go-ahead run at third. For Brandon Drury. He takes ball 1.
Just one wild pitch for Hunter Brown this year. He's pretty much around the strike zone. But when you throw a hard slider like that curveball, every once in a while it hits the dirt, it's got a chance to spin away from the catcher.
Drury swings through the fastball up, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good to see the offense. They've done that quite a bit this year. Respond right back when the opponent scores some runs. It's like that. It's a tie ball game, brand new game.
This team can hit. There's no question. Brown just painting with that fastball over the outside corner.
He's going back to the hard ball right there, fastball. It's been pretty effective for him. He's giving up some hits with his slider, even his knuckle curve. So he's going back to the fastball. Like we saw with Shohei Ohtani the other day down in St. Louis. He said, you know what, I'm going to just go 99 plus.
There's a bouncing breaking ball. A good job by Yainer Diaz to hit it with the chest protector and keep it at home plate. Oh, tough inning here for Hunter Brown, even if he's able to keep it tied. He's thrown 67 pitches now. Little bouncer back to the mound. Brown throws it to retire Drury. But 2 runs on 4 hits in the bottom of the third. It was Shohei Ohtani with an RBI double, and then Anthony Rendon tied it up. It's 3-3 after 3.
Yeah, it's a great view right there.
It's a great view.
Looking at, yeah, perfect. A little easier to pitch from up here and hit from up here too, isn't it?
Sure. It's about 1,000 up here.
Rendon, a diving stop from his knees, thrown to first in time to retire Jeremy Pena. Excellent play by Anthony Rendon.
RBI single. Outstanding defensive play by Anthony Rendon. Quick. Those reflexes are a good throw from the knees. That sidearm delivery, our Arco top tier play. Anthony Rendon doing it all tonight. What a play that is. Always a little jump start for a pitcher when you got a defensive play like that made to start the inning.
Well, 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's Chas McCormick.
You said it was a great seat, right? That was the view of that play.
A lot of discussion today before the game about Rendon's defense in particular. He's made 6 errors. That's the most by a third baseman in the major leagues. You know, watching him play every day, he makes a lot of plays like that too. So the errors are a little surprising because he seems so in control all the time. He makes the great plays. So it seems like a lot of the routine plays is when the struggles have come, especially on throws.
Yeah, more so on the transfer of those throws. Yeah, but he's made a lot of great plays.
Guys, talking with Benji Gill before the game today, this was seeing what Rendon just did. There was exactly what they were talking about. He said he came to him and he said it feels like the balls that he's catching coming up on the heel of the glove rather than on the web. So they're working with him on being more aggressive with the web of his glove. A small adjustment that could lead to a big change. Exactly what we saw in that play.
2 balls, 2 strikes on McCormick, and on the play Rendon made an error on yesterday. It seemed like it was that the ball hit him in the heel of his mitt, kind of bounced out. He recovered quickly, but by the time he did, his throw to the plate got there at the same time as the runner. The ball got away, so 2 runs end up scoring there.
It's amazing how you can read that, see that, and still make that adjustment. A teaching moment for Benji Gill with Anthony Rendon has been great throughout his career.
McCormick chasing a bad ball, ends up hitting it softly. Sandoval, a nice play off the mound to retire McCormick.
Although Sandoval wasn't out there early working those pitchers fielding their position, that was a great play. He's done a lot of nice plays like that. He gets off the mound really quickly, pushes it down. That is the key. If you're watching at home as a pitcher, you push that baseball into the grass and then throw it. If you try to scoop it up right away with the spin, you're going to make a mistake.
Sandoval, 300 innings without an error. As he made that nice play, Yainer Diaz struck out his first time.
That's why he stretches those hips between each inning. They make plays like that.
That's what I said. The hips don't lie. It's a strike from Sandoval, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Diaz.
You are correct on that one, Wade.
Diaz whiffs on the high fastball. Well, after Sandoval out 3 runs in the top of the third, the Angels offense fought right back and tied the game. So now Sandoval trying to work a clean inning here. He strikes out Yainer Diaz to end the 4th. 1-2-3 for Sandoval's.
Ironically enough, I used to wear an Angel hat when I was a kid. Was not a fan. It was just a hat that was given to me. I have pictures when I was little. I wore that hat everywhere. So I don't think I've ever shared that story before.
No, that's good.
See, it was meant to be.
Yes.
Matt Thice swings and misses.
Wasn't that Kennedy High School hat?
Thice with a base hit his first time. What are you seeing from Thice at the plate lately?
He's just getting at bats. I mean, that's just get consistent at bats, and he's a good hitter. So I mean, the in and out of a lineup uncertainty, it affects you at the plate. And now that he's getting some stringing together some at bats, he's going to have some more success.
Yeah, explain that, because people at home are thinking about timing. How hard is it to hit, for one, when you don't get to play but once a week, if that? I mean, how difficult it is for timing.
It's hard enough to keep your timing as an everyday player. I mean, I did it a little bit with the Dodgers my last year, and I wasn't built for that. I mean, to sit around all day and then getting that bat, or get one start a week, and the guys that do it, man, I give them a lot of credit, because it's tough.
How do you not try to hit a 5-run home run when you play once a week like that with your timing?
You have so much pent-up energy.
Yeah.
I mean, you just want to go out and do so much, and it's just, in this game, you really can't force it. You have to let it come to you.
Good cut there from Thice. He does have 12 hits in his last 27 at-bats. His average for the season above 300. His bat certainly has come around, and he's had a base hit already tonight.
And Booby, he definitely looks comfortable up there.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He's not looking like he's trying to hit a single.
I mean, you're seeing the ball well when you can foul that pitch off. That is a perfect pitcher's pitch. We were talking about it in between breaks, how hard it is to hit a fastball at the knees away. And he was able to foul that one off.
Extremely difficult, and some guys, pitchers that you can survive. I faced Saberhagen when he couldn't throw his curveball. It was just fastball dot away on the corner.
There's ball 4. Good at bat right there from Matt Thice. That's a leadoff walk. Thice is on to start the 4th, and now here's Hyundai.
Own every mile in the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 5, 2023 Motor Trend SUV of the year.
Here's Gio Urshela, struck out his first time. Saw where one of Mark Langston's Mariners record was tied tonight. Logan Gilbert of Seattle had 7 straight strikeouts at one point tonight. Tied Langston and King Felix.
Got a perfect game going, trying to channel his King Felix a perfect game.
There's 5 innings of perfection from Gilbert at one point. As Urshela backs away. Tampa Bay Rays beat Baltimore tonight. They are 29-7. 2 balls, 1 strike on Urshela. What's early in the season here, Jay? What are some of the stories around the league that you've been following?
That one that you just commented on, it's just amazing that they're 20 games above. I mean, that's the numbers are crazy, and it's basically the same team they had last year. It just kind of makes you wonder what happened over the 6-month offseason.
Runners going. Urshela, it's a ground ball up the middle, and it takes right to the bag. Dubon to start a double play.
He's on the move there, and it's right at the base. He's able to step on and make an easy 4-3 double play.
A bit of bad luck there for the Angels, as a perfect game for Gilbert, by the way, is still going on through 6 innings now. Logan Gilbert has been perfect for the Mariners.
They had to change bat. I don't think you get the donut or whatever off the bat initially there. Get that donut off.
And Phil Nevin tried to get it off. He'll break a finger that way, Phil.
Had to grab a new bat after that.
Yeah, Phil did break his finger. He just spit on it and keep going. He really wouldn't care. Two balls, no strikes on Neto.
painted that one. Remember who you got your first career home run against, GA?
Kevin Tapani.
Ooh, Kevin Tapani. That's a good pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Just put that out there just in case.
Got lucky.
And Neto still looking for his. It's a ground ball here. Pena's got this one. Has time to set his feet and retires Neto. Garrett Anderson, the Angels legend. Thanks a lot for stopping up.
Got it.
Thanks, Jay. I hear you. That's going to be a lot of fun.
You're ready.
Yes.
It's always country weekend in Houston. Here's David Hensley to lead off the top of the 5th. Hensley not hitting much this year, though he did a little bit the end of last season when he got some big league time. He's from San Diego. He went to San Diego State.
You got to be proud of his basketball team.
Yeah. The Aztecs went to the national championship game in college hoops this year.
That's a good change up there.
Just darts straight down out of the strike zone. And Hensley calls time.
Big inning here for Patrick Sandoval. The first time through a lineup of 146. Second time 283, but then it drops down to 191 the third time through. That first out here. 5th.
There's no third time penalty with Sandoval. That's the one thing, is that the Angels would like to see him consistently go deeper into games. The 2 starts ago he did. Worked 7 innings against Oakland, but last time just 5 innings. 98 pitches. Still 5 quality innings, though. Allowed only 1 run, 3 hits. Chopper down the line, but foul. Tonight, 73 pitches into the 5th inning for Sandoval. So I'm sure the Angels would like to see him go 2 more here and not have the pitch count get too far away here in the 5th inning. Sandoval pretty good here at Angel Stadium dating back to last August. Shohei as well. We'll see Shohei tomorrow. Facing Framber Valdez. It will be a very good pitching matchup. 2 aces out there tomorrow night.
A sinker ball master as far as ground balls.
There's a drive to left from Hensley pretty deep. Ward is back to watch it go, and it's David Hensley's first home run of the year. Well, the Angels have been giving up some bombs to the number 9 spot in the order here lately. Yesterday was Josh H. Smith. Tommy Edman hit a home run in St. Louis from the 9 spot in the order, and now it's David Hensley, and the Astros have the lead.
It's a changeup, hard of the plate, and right out of his hand. Patrick Sandoval knew it. Just hoped that he just missed it, but be able to lift that one up. 105.9 miles per hour exit velocity on a changeup down the heart of the plate.
Not a guy who gives up a lot of homers either, as Sandoval coughs one up to the righty Hensley.
Only given up 3 home runs this year, but 2 have been on his changeup.
Lands a curve for a strike to Mauricio Dubon. It was 4 straight hits in the 3rd inning that plated 3 runs for Houston. Squibber back toward the mound. Sandoval has this, underhands it to Urshela. And that's the first out here in the 5th.
Those numbers just get climbed up there in that 2nd time through in the lineup. You know, the 3rd time through gets that first out. 5 of the hits today, 5 of the 6 come that 2nd time through the lineup. 2 of the hits already for Alex Bregman.
Bregman had only 3 hits in his previous 39 at bats coming in. He was hurt the Angels, though, throughout his career. And now he drives one toward the gap in left center. Taylor Ward backing up, still going, reaches out to make the catch.
It's fairly scary in Minute Maid Park. And we'll run that one down.
Nice play by Taylor Ward. So 2 outs after the Hensley homer. And now the batter is Yordan Alvarez, who cranked an RBI double. It's this ball hard past Urshela, and that could be an extra base hit too. Hunter Renfroe cuts it off. Here comes Alvarez trying for second. Here comes the throw. It is in time. Hunter Renfroe guns down Yordan Alvarez. A hard hit ball to right. Renfroe chased it down to cut it off. Alvarez challenging the strong arm of Renfroe. One hop strike, and the top of the 5th comes to an end. There's the most outfield assists in the majors over the last couple of years. Taylor Ward cracks one down the left field line. That's going to be an extra base hit. Ward is 3 for 3. Safe to say his swing is back. It's a leadoff double here in the 5th.
And still staying aggressive on the first pitch. By the way, that's a 60th career outfield assist for Hunter Renfroe. And another good swing, getting that foot down, his timing, and he's brought his hands in on that one to line it down in the corner. Good swing. Taylor Ward gives Mike Trout a chance to tie it up, not take the lead here. There's a slider. He's given up some hits with his slider so far today.
The Angels have done work against Hunter Brown, except for Trout, who was 0 for 2, although Trout did hit one pretty hard his first time too.
Got him out inside, but now it looks like he's going away against him.
Another hard hit ball, but this one to Dubon, who looked to third, but throws out Trout at first.
Now it's time for tonight's pitching decision, brought to you by Sage, the last at bat for Shohei Ohtani against Hunter Brown. Slider inside corner at 93, following him up with a curveball that he fouled off a little bit late on it. Track that pitch downstairs. Then another slider at 93 miles an hour. Then stayed back on a curveball. See that reaction for Hunter Brown. To stayed on it, swing path, got it through there, got it out in front. Exit velocity a little over 100 miles per hour. That was all on him. That's with his hands, be able to hit that ball that hard. Infield in now for the Astros, and Shohei trying to pick up another RBI, which would give him 22. He gets the job done.
Ohtani cranks one right center field. That's going to get the job done. It ties the game. Off the bottom of the fence in right center field. Ohtani has his second RBI double tonight. It's 4-4.
Thankfully, that ball was low enough on the wall. That wall might have came down. That ball was rocketed by Shohei. 110 miles per hour. What a swing. He is getting locked in. Catching that one out in front. See that swing path that we just showed that last one with a double. 110.2 miles per hour, Shohei. Go a little double-double.
Well, speaking of double-doubles, here's a quick word from Jack in the Box.
My Ribeye Steakhouse burgers are made with 100% ribeye beef. Think of them as the CEO of burgers.
There's a couple of burgers right there from Jack in the Box. Nice.
A couple of ribeye steaks for Shohei tonight. He's driven in 2 runs with 2 doubles.
Boy, was that a rocket. Wow.
4-4, and here's Rendon, who drove in a run his last time. RBI single off the glove of Dubon into center field.
Wow, that's sound for Shohei. I still get a little scared of that, thinking of all those years pitching in the sound like that. You're just thankful he got some air to that and drove it to the wall.
Los Angeles offense continues to strike the ball well. They have been among the league leaders in average exit velocity most of the season. And Sandoval's got his glove on. He's ready to get back out there, and he'd like to have the lead by the time he does. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Rendon.
The Astros have pitched Shohei pretty well historically. Just a .218 batting average, although he has 10 home runs and 2 doubles tonight, though. Shohei Ohtani.
Been 20 hard hit balls in this game between the two teams. Two balls, 2 strikes. So Ohtani really getting an aggressive secondary lead off of second base. Almost looks like he's trying to time Hunter Brown's delivery to take off.
If you're in scoring position, you got to feel real comfortable about making it there if you're going to do that. Good take on that one.
He laid off. We see Rendon on those sort of check swings. He's really good about stopping his hands quickly. There's Hunter Renfroe on deck. 1 out in the inning. A couple of chances here for the Angels to bring home Shohei and take the lead. And the battle continues with Rendon. Brown has thrown 93 pitches, so he's certainly near the end of his night. His season high is 99. That was against Texas on April 15th.
Good battle here. And in the opening, how well he has swung the bat since that off day back on April 23rd. That's that spot too. Remember, he got hit in that lead shoulder, that left shoulder.
Does have some padding on the top of his left arm. We'll see where this one got him. And that kind of grazed off the left arm, sort of near the padding that Rendon is wearing. Here comes Dusty Baker.
So he's going down to the bullpen here.
Yeah, that's going to be it for Hunter Brown. So 4 1/3 innings. That is one of the shorter outings for Brown this year. In fact, it matches his shortest. I tell you, it's never not time for air guitar, especially when you knock the starting pitcher out of the game early.
Especially one that's got such great stuff and is not really giving up a whole lot of extra base hits.
There's Seth Martinez, the new Astros pitcher, and here's Hunter Renfroe hitting into an inning-ending double play. Angels get 1 back. They tie it up again after Sweets. Do they hear us up there in the suite?
Yes.
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 Jose Abreu will lead off for the Astros in the top of the 6th against Patrick Sandoval. Ball 1 to Abreu.
See those numbers versus secondary pitches. A total of 16 hits today. 13 of them on secondary pitches. 13 of the 16.
Well, that's interesting because both pitchers we talked about it mix their pitches a lot. They're very balanced in terms of what they use.
Both of them in that 30% range as far as fastball usage, though. Sometimes you want to knock that up to around 40+%, especially when you're throwing. For Sandoval, with that movement, he's able to get it up there 94, 95. And yet Brown, he was rushing up a couple of 99 tonight. You see today just about 24% four-seamer.
Falls behind Abreu. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. So Abreu with that painfully low OPS. That has been sort of in connection with the Astros right-handed hitters who have had an OPS combined of 627 this year. The lefties for the Astros at 873, so they've really carried the offense. And Abreu fouls that one off on 3-1.
Took a little bit off that slider. It was a good slider there for Sandoval. Make sure he's able to get it close enough in the strike zone to get a swing.
Abreu hits it hard toward right, backing up Renfroe. He makes the catch.
I think that was supposed to be a fastball inside. It was out over the plate and elevated. He hit that one hard. It's play by Renfroe to run that down.
And one out. Here's Kyle Tucker.
See where Matt Theis wants this. I thought this was going to be the perfect pitch, but ended up being a fastball out over the plate, allow him to get his arms extended. Especially after you throw a slider in, you throw a fastball in, there's no way you're going to be looking fastball in there. But out over the plate, he's still strong. Hit that one hard.
Kyle Tucker is 0 for 2 as he takes ball 1. Kind of what some people around the Astros were saying today about Abreu, that he's been hitting the ball well to right field because he's been late on everything. Hasn't really pulled the ball with authority yet because he keeps hitting behind the pitches, and we've seen a couple examples of it tonight. I think that's part of the reason why he hasn't hit a home run yet. Kyle Tucker's hit 6. There's a hard hit ground ball right to Gio Urshela at first base as Kyle Tucker grounds out. So 2 up, 2 down for Sandoval. That's Ryan Tepera warming up with the Angels bullpen. And here's Sandoval going back out, getting that extra inning and trying to at least get through 6 here tonight. If he gets a quick out here, we'll have to wonder if Phil Nevin would send him back out for the 7th.
I think you got a shot at going back out there. Manageable pitch count. Again, you got to keep that focus. You got 2 outs, 2 pretty good defensive plays to help you out here.
Jeremy Pena with a fly ball to right. Hunter Renfroe backing up, still going, reaches out, makes the catch on the run, and that ends the inning. So Patrick Sandoval quickly gets through the 6th. 1, 2, 3. Hunter Renfroe tracking down a long fly off the bat of Jeremy Pena. And this game's like one of the Coneheads eating a sub sandwich.
Cotton candy, that still scares me, cotton candy. Oh. I really appreciate you guys keep showing that too. That's good. Looking good.
That is impressive. I think he's showing her how it's done. He's got a blue tongue. He earned it. He earned that blue tongue. If you want the blue tongue, you got to take it like this. And you have to shove it all in. That's how you get the blue tongue. I like the spinning, twisting. That is cotton candy form, the likes of which I've never seen.
What's that Seinfeld episode where George Costanza was at the U.S. Open? Tennis?
That is an enormous bag of cotton candy that he's going to need more, I think. Getting near the bottom of the bag here. He ate that like he was battery powered. I mean, that was an impressive display. Brandon Drury lifts a fly ball to left field. Yordan Alvarez has that. How much cotton candy can you stuff in a Kia?
The turbocharged, tech-inspired Kia Forte.
I think we do. Oh, there's a new bag. The blue cotton candy has been absorbed, but now it's time for the pink. Pretty sure we have napkins in this ballpark too, by the way. Can Dean send some down? One ball, one strike on Matt Theis.
Martinez generally going to try to cut and sink his fastball. His 90-94 curveball, slider, changeup.
Seth Martinez has quickly gotten 3 outs. Recorded 2 off of Hunter Renfroe double play on the first pitch he threw in the 5th inning, and now here in the 6th, getting Brandon Drury to fly out. Matt Thaiss hits one in the air to right field, toward the end of the bat as Kyle Tucker puts it away.
Yeah, just out in front enough on that sweeper.
Someone just sent me a picture of George Costanza with all the chocolate ice cream on his face. You know, Vin used to talk about the cotton candy skies. Must have been looking at an x-ray of that guy.
Oh, it's another great swing. Gio.
Base hit for Urshela with 2 outs.
Line drive up the middle. Oh, wait, that's a little sinker down. This went with it right back up the middle.
We'll bring up Zach Neto, who has an infield hit and a run scored. Back-to-back infield hits got the Angels going in the 3rd inning as they tied the game. Each team scored in the 5th to keep it tied. Neto with a good cut fouls that one off the mask.
That was a pitch he could drive.
Sandoval just sits there with the glove on as if he's ready to burst in between innings. He is a high intense guy.
You got 3 outs there, 3 quick outs, but all 3 of those balls were hit pretty hard. But still, that's why you have it, guys with the glove out there defensively to make the plays for you.
And the bottom of the order due up in the 7th for Houston as well. That was the number 9 batter David Hensley, who homered in the 5th inning. Here's the Angels' number 9 hitter. Neto still looking for his first big league homer. A strike at the top of the zone. Got a napkin. That's good. Hey, you're famous now, bud.
Again, fouling off a really tough pitch. He's trying to serve that in the right field with 2 strikes.
Neto strikes out, and that ends the 6th. Cotton candy for all.
Down just in front of that short wall. 2 outstanding plays in back-to-back innings. Hunter Renfroe also homered his first at bat.
Let's see if Patrick Sandoval can finish. He's gotten through 6 innings. He's thrown 90 pitches. It's a ground ball here, and Rendon has it eat him up. That is the 7th error made by Anthony Rendon. And a tough start to the 7th if Sandoval's going to finish and get through this inning.
That's one of those ones too. You're right in front of it. It hits that grass in the dirt area, and it has had a different hop on him. He's anticipating if it hits the dirt right away, but when it hit that right on that crease between the grass and the dirt.
So McCormick is on. He has good speed, and now Yainer Diaz, who has struck out a couple of times tonight. In the air, right center field. Trout got a good jump, moving back. He's there. He makes the catch. And returning to first is McCormick. So there's a quick out for Sandoval as Diaz flies out.
And it looks like that's going to be the last batter for Sandoval.
David Hensley, who homered his last time, is due up, and now Phil Nevin will make the change. So Sandoval got 1 out. Probably should have had 2 if it weren't for the error by Rendon. Still a good night for Sandoval overall. 6 1/3 innings, shook off the 3 runs he allowed in the 3rd, and he leads to a nice ovation at Angel Stadium. One is tied at 4. It's been tied most of the night. The Angels, as they take out Patrick Sandoval, bring in another left-hander. It's been one of their best relievers this year as Matt Moore takes over on the mound. First batter he faces David Hensley, homered off Sandoval his last time.
And you're thinking about, you thought maybe Ryan Tepera with all the right-handed batters coming up for the Astros here. Matt Moore this season against right-handed batters, 122 batting average, 171 slugging.
He's been solid, especially out of the bullpen the last couple of seasons. Last year with Texas. If it does work its way down to Alvarez, who is lurking at some point here, well, the lefty is already out there. Middle infield, a double play depth. They'd love a ground ball here from Hensley. And Matt Moore throws in a strike.
Got the benefit of that call. That might have been a little bit off the inside corner. This battle here tonight for Patrick Sandoval against his former team.
Swing and a miss by Hensley. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's in there. Strike 3 call. Moore with the changeup. Buckled Hensley. And there's 2 down here in the 7th.
Reason why he wasn't looking at, because he threw him 2 good fastballs inside, then he followed with a changeup. Remember, he had a changeup out of the ballpark against Patrick Sandoval, his last at bat. This time, after 2 fastballs in, not ready for the changeup.
Now Mauricio Dubon before it's Bregman and Alvarez. Dubon fouls off the first pitch. This is where Matt Moore would like to get an out and worry about Bregman and Alvarez in the 8th inning. Good game so far here tonight. These 2 teams are battling. Both could use a win. Dubon lifts one toward left center field. Trout got a good jump. So did Ward. It's Trout who makes the catch. And Patrick Sandoval is pleased. Matt Moore helps him get through a scoreless 7th.
Batting 3rd here in this inning. Big game already for Taylor Ward.
He's had 3 hits. He's never had a 4-hit game in his career. He'll try to get his 4th hit tonight against Hector Neris, the former Philadelphia Philly, who's been pretty durable as a reliever over the last several years. Has that good splitter as he misses to Taylor Ward. Ward has had 19 3-hit games. This is the 20th. The Angels have gone 18-1 in the previous 3-hit games for Taylor Ward.
He throws quite a few splitters, fastball, 92, 96, and slider.
1 ball, 1 strike on Ward. What, I got to eat this? Off the end of the bat, a fly ball to right center field, and it's McCormick who's there. Ward is retired for the first time tonight. Look what we got. Mike Trout stands in.
This field of Trout right here is going to be ready to jump on the first pitch. If he gets a splitter and it's down in the zone, there'll be some contact. There it was, first pitch, just a little below the strike zone.
Trout's had a couple of hits against Neris in 3 at-bats. Neris used to close for the Phillies. He's been a pretty good arm for the Astros the last couple of years. Trout comes up empty on that.
Ooh, that was his zone. He just pulled off on that one. Over the years, the Astros love to try to pitch Trout up with their fastballs and on the inside part of the plate. But if you miss trying to go in, that's where Trout has covered it.
And fouls this one back. When Neris was with the Phillies, he used to give up a lot of home runs. For 3 different seasons, he gave up at least 10. He allowed 12 home runs in 74 innings in 2021. Now, since becoming an Astro, he's only allowed 5 homers in 80 innings. So he's cut down the home run rate quite a bit.
Oh, Trout, every time you look up, it's a full count with Mike Trout. Unless he does damage on the first pitch. Shohei Ohtani has already done a lot of damage tonight, waiting on deck.
Trout right on that one, and it's still 3 balls, 2 strikes.
You can see that fastball up. So he's going splitter, he's going sinker, four-seamer, sinker, four-seamer, four-seamer, trying to stay upstairs against Trout.
Another good cut. Angels have their big bats due up here in the 7th. Houston will have theirs in the 8th. Bregman, Alvarez, Abreu, then Tucker. Trout swings and misses. There's the splitter from Neris. He busted it out on 3-2 to get the strikeout.
Well, after a number of fastballs, that was a nasty splitter.
A big out for Hector Neris. You know, this Astros bullpen remains pretty good. 3.25 ERA collectively for the Houston pen this year. Ball 1 to Shohei. Look around that Astros bullpen. We just saw Martinez with an ERA above 5. You know, Rafael Montero has struggled a little bit this year. So has Ryan Stanek. And they have Presley at the ends of games, who has been pretty decent.
Yeah, they're 6th best in the American League.
Carlos Estevez already getting loose in the Angels bullpen, even though it's only the 7th inning. Interesting to see Estevez up.
I think it's, when you think about it, it's the high leverage scenario here.
We've got the
Astros lineup.
It's really righty lefty balanced. 2 through 5 for Houston. They've got Alvarez 3rd and Tucker 5th. Should end the inning. Ohtani with a fly ball to shallow left. Alvarez makes the catch. So a quick inning for Neris, and still tied after 7.
Oh,
yeah.
Suppose? Oh, yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
We have cotton candy on my fingers.
Oh, it's so good.
There's Alex Bregman taking ball 1. Does it taste any good? I don't think I've ever even eaten this before.
It's actually pretty good.
Well. Now that I've actually tried it, I can't believe what that guy was doing.
Yeah. Really good.
Alex Bregman, it's a fly ball left center field. Should be playable. Trout before the track makes the catch.
I'm pretty sure that's on one of those pyramids as far as good food to eat, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. This is very high on the pyramid list. It's addictive now that you just get one little taste of it.
Yeah.
I get it now. That guy just kept going. Once you pop, you can't stop.
Yes.
Yordan Alvarez 2 for 3. That's an RBI double and a run scored.
A good spot there.
Well, how good has Matt Moore been?
Where does he take a healthy hack on every pitch? That's a knuckle curve.
This is just a straight up beast. And that home run he hit against Robbie Ray in the playoffs last year, the walk-off in the first game of the division series. What a backbreaker that was for the Mariners, who were trying to get off to a 1-0 lead in that series. Ground ball to his left, Neto. He has it, sets his feet, throws out Alvarez.
How good is it having back Zach Neto at shortstop? Boy, real close. He's playing just on the shortstop side of the bag at second to be able to run that one down. That's a 93-mile-an-hour fastball off the plate. And the outfield grass sets, and a good throw. I mean, that is 93 off the plate, that kind of coverage. But what a play by Zach Neto.
Jose Abreu's got an RBI double tonight. And Matt Moore gets ahead of him. No balls and 2 strikes. Moore's retired the first 4 that he has faced. Trying to keep this game tied in the 8th inning. Abreu lifts one to shallow right center field. Here comes Trout. He's there. Makes the catch. Matt Moore goes 5 for 5. He works a perfect top of the 8th. Oh, hey, Wayne's World.
It's all about Wayne. Start to finish.
There's Montero on the mound for Houston.
And power fastball with some movement on there. 94, 99. Slider changeup. Real good changeup.
He really has resurrected his career as a Houston Astro. Angels Live after the game presented by OC Navigator. Patrick O'Neill and Garrett Anderson hoping to talk about an Angels victory tonight to start this series against Houston. Ball 1 to Anthony Rendon. Rendon has an RBI tonight. He's been hit by a pitch. Hit his first homer of the year yesterday. Montero pumps in a strike. Montero got a 3-year deal in the offseason to stay with the Astros. Last year was a career year for him. Now, when Montero was first getting to the big leagues as a member of the New York Mets, he actually got promoted to the major leagues the same day that Jacob deGrom did. And at the time, they were more excited about Montero. They thought he was the bigger prospect.
Well, he's got a good live arm, and he's just settled into more of that relief role for now to have a successful career.
All 4, and Anthony Rendon draws a leadoff walk. As Rendon makes his way to first, we make our way to Jack in the Box.
Ribeye Steakhouse burgers are made with 100% ribeye beef. Think of them as the CEO of burgers.
Here's Hunter Renfroe. Keep in mind, Rendon doesn't have great speed, maybe average speed at first, maybe slightly above average, but he's a very good base runner.
Yeah, he cuts corners on the bases exceptionally well.
He's the go-ahead run. There's a strike, maybe at the very edge of the outside corner from Montero. In on the hands of Renfroe there, and it's quickly 0-2. Renfroe's got a homer tonight. His team leading 9th of the year.
He's got a lot of room to right center. He homered to right center.
If he hits it there, the Angels could take the lead. Rendon's running, and Renfroe fouls it straight back.
Yeah, you have to protect there with 2 strikes, and that was above the strike zone, but he had that one easily. He's got 2 stolen bases, both times following up Shohei Ohtani on the move as far as a double steal, but he had that one easily.
Shohei, tomorrow night starting pitcher against Framber Valdez. This one very much in the balance, tied in the bottom of the 8th. Leadoff man on for the Angels. Renfroe's hit into a lot of double plays. He's hit into 1 tonight. It's part of the reason why Rendon was running. Now a roller foul off the third base line from Hunter Renfroe.
Again, a lot of power, though. If you make a mistake, especially upper part of the strike zone, he's covered.
Almost hit Renfroe, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Angels right fielder. Brandon Drury's on deck. He's hit the ball well lately. So has Theis. Mid-bottom part of the order for the Angels has plenty in the tank as Montero throws to first while Rendon was standing on the bag. So for whatever it's worth, he burns a disengagement without really any chance of a pickoff. In the air to shallow right center. In comes Tucker a long way in, and he makes the catch. The ball hung up for a while, and there's one away. Here's Drury.
So nearly 2/3 of the time, first pitch from Montero is a fastball. So we'll see if Brandon Drury's looking fastball first pitch.
Brandon Drury hits one in the air. That's deep to center. McCormick goes all the way back toward the wall. It is off the wall. It's going to give the Angels the lead. It bounces back toward left center field. Rendon scores. On his way to third is Drury. It's a go-ahead RBI triple. And the Angels are up 5-4.
What a great swing. Second triple of the season. Brandon Drury gets that fastball. It's ready, and he crushed it to center. And to carry him off the wall. Gets it by McCormick. The go-ahead run. What a swing. Just missed the 2-run home run. 107 miles per hour exit velocity off the bat. Covered by Brandon Drury.
He smoked it off the wall in straightaway center field, and once it bounced away from McCormick, Rendon was going to make it easily. The only question was maybe would Drury make it all the way around. The Angels offense continues to put up big numbers, especially here at Angel Stadium. Now the Astros bring their infield in as a big insurance run sits at third base. Matt Dice has been on base twice. He lines one to center field. McCormick is right there. He makes the catch. Drury's tagging. McCormick's throw on its way to the plate. Not even close. Brandon Drury scores. The Angels have a 2-run cushion, and Matt Dice gets a big RBI to knock in the insurance run.
Nice job, a nice approach. What he was trying to do is trying to get the ball in the air to get the job done, and he does exactly that. Looking for a pitch to hit in the air. Sac fly. Dice is nice on that swing.
Thought you were going to go with Dice Dice Baby for a second.
I'm saving that for a home run on him.
Brandon Drury delivers the big hit. We talked about it a lot, Gooby, in these spots, the leadoff walk.
Always, especially late in the game. So often that happens where a leadoff walk, you got some momentum, you're frustrated as a pitcher, and you make a mistake. And that's what happened. Brandon Drury ready on that first pitch and crushed it.
So Gio Urshela's at the plate now as he takes strike 2 from Montero. Brandon Drury, the go-ahead triple, scoring on a sacrifice fly. And the Angels have a 2-run lead for Estevez, who's ready in the bullpen. Urshela punches out, and that's the inning, but a productive one for the Angels. And it's Brandon Drury playing the hero tonight. Ripping a triple off the wall in straightaway center field. He scores Rendon from first, and Drury gets the Angels. Carlos Estevez takes over here in the 9th inning, Gooby.
He's throwing the ball so well. He's been up to 98 miles an hour on his fastball, changeup, great slider. ERA coming in third best for his AL closer, 1.08, 7 saves, 22 punch-out, whip percentage, 5th best at 34%. Hyundai key for the game got me under pressure with those numbers. He's got these Astros batters under pressure now because of those 3 quality out pitches he has.
Can't say enough about the job Matt Moore did as well. Faced 5 batters in crunch time here tonight. Got them all out, including the big hitters in the Astros lineup. Bregman, Alvarez, and Jose Abreu. Still one more coming up here with Tucker, who will lead off the top of the 9th, then Pena. But Matt Moore was outstanding again, following up Sandoval's performance tonight. We talked about it right at the beginning. You know, the path through the American League West is still over there. It's still the Astros.
100%.
Now, they might be at 500 right now. The Rangers might be in first place right now. But Houston is the defending champion. They're the team that's been in the ALCS 6 years in a row. They are the standard bearer of this sport and of this division. So if the Angels are going to be for real, they're going to have to score victories against the Astros. And this would be a good one to score. The Angels have played a good game tonight, and they have the lead entering the top of the 9th inning. It is 6-4. Carlos Estevez deals to Tucker, and the first pitch is fouled back.
He's ready on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, but you just want to get ahead, and then you start to expand the strike zone.
Oh, I can.
0-2 now as Tucker fouls that one off. The last Astros hit was Alvarez in the 5th inning when he was thrown out at second base by Hunter Renfroe. Tucker stays alive. One thing that has been true about the Astros during this run, they don't strike out collectively very much. They are, as a team, always at the top of the list in terms of making contact and avoiding strikeouts.
Only 3 strikeouts tonight.
Tucker lifts one to shallow center field. Mike Trout right there, and there's one out in the top of the 9th. The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Angel Stadium. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Here's Jeremy Pena, a darling in October. A replacement for Carlos Correa, who's done pretty well as a young shortstop in the major leagues himself.
He's got around that slider. A little quick on the delivery.
Two balls, no strikes.
So make sure you just don't give this Astros lineup any life here. Just think contact on the ground right here in an infielder.
There it is. Contact on the ground right to Anthony Rendon. Throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, but Urshela tags Pena. Now 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 9th inning. Chas McCormick just got off the IL today. He takes ball 1 from Estevez. McCormick reached on an error his last time. And he's the only Astros base runner over the last 4 innings. Sandoval finished strong. Matt Moore was great. Now Estevez trying to save it. 1 ball, 1 strike on Chas McCormick. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
Under control on that slider. They threw a couple sliders early. First pitch. That one solid. Fans on their feet.
Estevez 7 for 7 in save tries, trying to make it 8 for 8. The 1-2. McCormick gets a fly ball. That's deep toward the left field corner. It is hooking foul.
You always worry about in that corner because that always works its way back, and that was a lot closer. If we'll try that high 97, 98 mile an hour fastball right now above the strike zone.
Everybody on their feet at Angel Stadium. Halos trying to knock off the Astros in game 1. And that one just off the corner at 99 from Carlos Estevez. Fouled off again.
Pretty good spot by the fastball at 98. Now, if you feel comfortable now, Carlos Estevez, that same plane, start a slider there and have it break off the corner.
On 2-2, McCormick strikes out swinging. Say goodnight to the Astros. The Halos have taken game 1. The Angels with a solid win tonight. In a well-played game between both teams. It's the Angels that pull it off late. They scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Brandon Drury delivers the big hit. And Estevez with a perfect ninth inning caps off a 6-4 win.
What a fun game this was. This was high intensity here all night long. Brandon Drury, what a swing that was. A dead center field, a triple. And Matty Theis, that extra run in there that gives that closer, Carlos Estevez, a little breathing room to be able to finish it off. How good has he been? Matt Moore, outstanding. Patrick Sandoval, good too. Taylor Ward, a solid game. And by the way, Shohei Ohtani, pretty good. And he's on the mound tomorrow.
He's on the mound against Framber Valdez tomorrow. That will be a very good game as well. But here tonight, the Angels pull it off with some help from Brandon Drury in the bottom of the 8th inning. You said he should be ready for that first pitch fastball from Montero, and he cranked it to the wall in center field.
Well, that's just a perfect swing, Wayne, on that one, because he's looking that first pitch fastball. You look at percentages, and he got it, and he didn't miss it, didn't try to pull it, lines it off the wall in dead center.